Hello and good morning. Happy Juneteenth week to everyone who is registered and will be attending this event. Today, I am so proud and excited to be joined by none other than our social media and branding specialist, Marsha Lynn Hudson. She's going to be bringing us some tremendous value in this workshop today entitled Using Digital Tools to Enhance Customer Engagement. I'm really proud and really excited because I feel like the timing is right. We're coming out of the pandemic. You're going to need these tools in order to help you to be successful in your business. And so we made sure to go out and get the very best in Marsha Lynn Hudson. And so before we get started, I'm going to share some information with you about the Chamber, about the U.S. Black Chamber. And these resources that we have today are provided by the USBC Community Economic Development Corporation. So we are very proud to put together programming on a consistent basis and make sure that we deliver it to you all throughout the year. And then, of course, upcoming information will be coming out as well. Now, also, this event is being run in conjunction with our Comcast Rise partners. We have some Comcast Rise Investment Fund recipients who are joining us today from the Ureeka platform. So we are so very proud to have you all. We want you all to soak up this information and soak up this knowledge. All right, now let me share a couple more things with you. Tomorrow, we have a Juneteenth celebration starting at 11 a.m. And this is going to be a very important, very impactful and powerful celebration. The USBC has pulled together some amazing speakers from all across the United States, some entertainers, to help us get ready as we celebrate Juneteenth. There's a lot happening, a lot of historic events happening around Juneteenth this year. And so we want to make sure that you all tune in to the Chamber as we help ring in Juneteenth 2021. Next week, we will have a Wells Fargo boot camp. It's called the R3 Boot Camp, and it's called Retool, Restore, and Recover. And again, we're bringing back the very best, Marsha Lynn Hudson, who's going to be our boot camp instructor next week. So I want to make sure that you all enlist today, sign up today to get your business back in shape. As I mentioned, this is the time to get your businesses in shape. It's the time to get everything up and running and get back moving as we begin to open up the economy. So make sure to visit usblackchambers.org/webinars in order to register, enlist, and get your business in shape. Next up, we always have plenty of content, plenty of programming. You can go to usblackchambers.org/webinars, scroll down and take a look at some of our virtual webinars and on-demand resources. We have some amazing, amazing webinars that have already been recorded and placed out on our website for you all. So you get a chance to take a look at this and spend some really good time learning more about your business. Take a look at some of our Advancing Black Entrepreneurs information for the Comcast Rise recipients. Go out and search for the Fridays with Phil, where we recorded some interviews with some of your fellow entrepreneurs, sharing their journey along their path to entrepreneurship. So definitely go out and visit that website and learn more. And then lastly, we also have some free training from Grow with Google. Google has been a great partner to the United States Black Chamber over the years. And we have a great cast of coaches that have come over from Grow with Google. You want to make sure to go out and visit our website, either visit usblackchambers.org/grow with Google or /webinars to schedule some of those events. And then before I turn it over to Marsha, I want you all to visit usblackchambers.org website for all of our up-to-date information. We have information and resources on the CARES Act, on navigating COVID-19. You can join the U.S. Black Chambers, or you can join a local Black Chamber in your area. And then also attend some of our weekly webinar series that we have planned and coming up. We always have some really good programming in store for each one. I'm excited about today. I'm excited about what's to come, but I'm more so excited because we have Marsha Lynn Hudson. Marsha, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I am really doing well. So happy to be here.
All right. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you. I know that you have some information that you're going to share. So while Marsha is pulling up her PowerPoint, I want you all to introduce yourselves in the chat. Just kind of let us know your name, what your business is, your business name, maybe some social media handles, and then also where you're located. Put that in the chat, and then I'll try my best to engage you all while Marsha is presenting. So, and again, want you all to go out and register for that Juneteenth event on tomorrow. Make sure that you have a chance to attend. Make sure that you get a chance to watch it, and really soak up and enjoy the festivities. So, Marsha, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. Well, I am so excited to be here, and I'm excited about all of the things that I have prepared for you all today. So get ready. Hopefully you're relaxed, you're sitting, you got your favorite beverage, you have your pen and paper, and you are ready. Now, I only have a little bit of time to give you some great information. So I'm going to give you some tools that you can also look for even after this webinar. So let's get started. So today we want to talk about using digital tools to enhance the customer experience. And so I love sayings and quotes. I make sure I put them around me. I surround them around me all of the time because they're motivating and they're great for us as we move forward. So here's one that I wanted to share today with you. Don't worry about being successful, but work toward being significant, and the success will naturally follow. And I love this saying by Oprah Winfrey. I have a lot of sayings by her. And it's so true, because if we're significant and we're giving value and we're answering questions and we're solving problems, the success will come. So what if you walked away today with one new tool to add to grow to your business? And what if you got one idea from this training today to take your business to a new level? What if you decided that it's today, not one day, but today? So get ready, because today is the day to turn the page and take your business to the new level. And I love watching webinars as much as I love giving them. And whenever I sit down to watch a webinar, normally they're like 45, 55 minutes, an hour, or whatever. I always have a pen and paper, and I always tell myself, if you walk away, Marsha, with one idea from this training, it can change your business. So at least try to get one idea that you want to implement today. So grab a pen and paper. If you're like me, I love my cell phone. Turn off your distractions, because you're going to get a lot of value today. And I hope you stay to the end for Q&A, because I want you to jot those questions down, save those questions, put them in the chat so we can answer those at the end. And also, I'm going to give free resources at the end. So I hope you stay with us. So Jim Rohn says, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. And that saying, when I saw it a few years ago, helped me to stop being overwhelmed with trying to do so much stuff each day. If we just spend 20 to 30 minutes a day, a few days a week on our businesses, success will come. Whether it's watching a webinar, or watching a video from YouTube, or reading a blog, it doesn't have to be a lot. Just something simple that you can do for your business every day, even a 20 minutes. So a little bit about me. I am a social media and branding strategist. I have been a social media specialist for the USBC since 2015. I am a professor of English at Wharton County Jr College here in Houston. My husband and I have a professional photography company where we specialize in branding, websites, headshots, real estate. He's a drone pilot. He shoots for real estate, and we love doing that also. I'm the creator over the pandemic. So I am a writer. I thought about, okay, I have a year. What am I going to do? So I wrote a journal called Train Your Mind for Success, and I created a course on that also, because success does start in our mindset. I am a blogger. I love to blog. I started podcasting. I like it because it's like having my own radio show, and I am a YouTuber. I am a small business designer. I do websites for small business owners. And my website is MarshaLynnHudson.com. That's my social media site. And our photo site is MarshaLynnHudsonPhotography.com. So what is my mission? And I hope that as you're listening here, I'm a professor at the college, so I may have you do a little work, but I think about my mission. And I hope you think about your mission and write it down. We need to be able to let people know how we can help them in one sentence, because it's really not about me. You saw the all of the things that I've done. I'm a professor, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. Okay, that's nice and wonderful, but really nobody cares that much about my accolades. They really want to know, Marsha, how can you help me? And that's where we need to write down a mission. How do you help your ideal client? So my mission is, and I thought about this over the years that I've been working, and it's changed a little. How do I want to help people? And so I help entrepreneurs develop an action plan, because sometimes we just need a plan. And I help you uh, put together a strategy. Sometimes we just, after we have a plan, we need that strategy to build your brand online, grow your business without being overwhelmed and confused. And that's the biggest thing. Nobody wants to be overwhelmed. Nobody wants to be confused. Nobody wants a lot of hard things. So that's my mission, to make it easier to understand this online world for my entrepreneurs. So what are we going to learn today? So much, so much. So today's agenda, we're going to define the customer. We're talking about digital tools and how to enhance the customer experience. Who is she? Who is he? Who is your ideal client? Because everybody is not your customer, okay? You have an ideal client. We're going to talk about the customer encounter and you, when the customer encounters you, which is so important, and the blueprint to get to that place. The four-step customer journey. Customers go through a journey before they actually purchase from us. Digital tools to increase customer retention. So we got our digital tools in there, scheduling tools. If you're busy, you're wearing lots of hats, and I know you are, or maybe you're a solopreneur, or you're working on the side. We're going to talk about how to schedule so you don't have to be online all day. And building relationships through groups. So I got a little bonus in there about groups. I'm going to talk a little bit about Facebook groups, and because they are so important to build relationships. And then lastly, the 2-2-20 system, or the 3-3-30 system that I came up with. And we're going to talk about that strategy, whether you only need 2 days a week, 2 social sites, 20 minutes a day. Or if you got a little more time, 3 social sites, 3 days a week, 30 minutes. We're going to talk about that strategy. So you don't have to be online all day. You don't have to be everywhere online to build your business. And feel free to take screenshots. So what is the definition of a customer? And I looked that up on Google, and I thought about that. It's a person or organization that buys goods and services from a business or your business. So our customer can be one person that we reach out to, one person. Sometimes we think, oh, I need 10,000 followers. I need 1,000 followers on Instagram. That's nice, but you really don't need that many followers to make money. You need one good customer at a time that becomes a loyal customer. So even if you had 100 followers, that's great. So we're going to think about that. So who is your client and where is he or she? So if you're with me and you're writing, you're taking a few notes, I want you to think about that, because we have to horn in on who is it that we're trying to meet? Who is it that we're trying to reach? Because it's not everybody. There are 4.7 billion people online, okay? All of those people are not our client. So I thought about that and I wrote that down myself. Who is my client? Where is she? Okay, so I know that my client, my ideal client, I know who that person is. I know that person's age group. I know that person's income. They hang out on social media, and your clients do too, because everybody's on social media. They're in online groups. I don't know if you've been to groups, but if you go to Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups, there are so many groups and so many people, and they're watching videos. Okay, they're really watching videos. We're going to talk about that a little today in the training. So your clients are everywhere, but you have to know, who is it? Is it a woman, your main client? Is it a man? Are they a certain age group, 25, 35, 55, 65? What income level? Because you may have a great business and a great product, but if you're reaching a client who can't afford you, then you're just putting information out to the wrong place. And so you need to find out, where are they watching videos? Are they on YouTube watching videos? Are they on social media? All of those places. Well, I will tell you this, they're waiting to discover you. They are waiting. Your ideal client is out there. The person who needs your services and wants your services, because there are people who need them and want, they're out there. But they have to discover you in this sea of 4.7 billion people. So know your ideal client. And I always say, write it down. I'm still from the old school. I'm a writing instructor and I write things down in my journal. I do write things on my phone also, but mainly I write things down in my journal so I can look at them, especially when I'm hanging out at Starbucks or whatever. I have my thinking time. It's so important. So know their gender. Now, my ideal client, or my main client who hires me, is the woman. I love my men also, but that's my main client. My main client is between the age group of 35 up to 70. And they know what they want. They know where they're going. They're ready to move forward. They have a certain income level. I know their behaviors, what they like to do outside of business. And so once you know all of these things, then you can create content and show up on the right sites, not just being on a site just to be on it. Your client, your ideal client may be on Pinterest, and you may not even be on Pinterest. Pinterest is a search engine. It's just like Google. And Pinterest can drive traffic to your website. You can sell your product. Your main person may be on LinkedIn or Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. But you have to know, where do they hang out on the World Wide Web? And to find out is to make a list of who your client is and who's your ideal client. In other words, who hires you? Who purchases from you? Who do you like working with? That's your ideal client. So here's the blueprint. This is the blueprint that we need to follow to get these customers to really enjoy our experience. We want to enhance the customer experience. So the customer, this is the person who needs your services and wants your services. Then you have to go through the blueprint and use the digital tools, what you will do to find them, okay? Then once you use your digital tools and they start discovering you, whether it's through social media, email marketing, podcast, blogging, they're going to have an experience. So once they encounter you, like you're doing right here, they need to have a problem or a challenge ended for them. And Damon John said it perfectly, the shark on Shark Tank. I really like him. And he said, you will never go out of business if your product or service can end somebody's problem, solve their challenge, give them what they need to stop their struggles. He said you'll never go out of it. And that's true, because people have problems that they won't solve with your product or service. People have challenges they don't understand, or it's hard for them. They have struggles. Can you imagine if once they encounter you, you fix that, you end that? That's a customer there. I mean, if someone comes to me and they're like, Marsha, I've been having such a hard time with social media. And then they work with me and they're like, wow, I didn't know I could just do this 2 days a week. I don't have to be everywhere. Now I've solved the problem for them. And then lastly is your brand. So once the customer finds you through your digital tools, they experience you, then it's your brand. And our brands are not just our colors or logos. Actually, our brand is what people say about us when we're not around. So I guess my brand will be after the webinar, what you're saying about me after. Our brand lives longer than logos and things like that. Think about the big companies who branded themselves well, like Starbucks and Target and Apple. Oh my goodness. Every time Apple comes out with a new iPhone, I'm an iPhone forever girl, which is ridiculous. Every time they come, I get the new iPhone. Really? They branded themselves so well. $1,200 phone. I was like, they were like, you want to be on the iPhone forever program? Yeah, put me on there. They branded themselves so well. It is not just, it's a phone, but they brand, but it does act as a business too. Now my husband's an Android guy. He's like, oh, forget out, that's him and his thing, but I'm an iPhone forever girl. And then look at Starbucks folks, how well they branded themselves. I have a very nice Keurig here. Why do I go to Starbucks and pay $4 for a coffee and I have an iced coffee machine? They branded themselves. So that's the blueprint. Once we put ourselves out there, we give the knowledge, we branded ourselves. And it's not like you're giving away your business. You are branding yourselves to actually get business. Because look at Starbucks. We have Keurigs at home. You guys probably do too. And we still go to Starbucks. All right. So how do we turn lookers into bookers? So, and I'm going to talk about this funnel. So there's a funnel that I've discovered over the last year and a half that I've been stuck inside, but there's a funnel and it's the same for me as a customer. I don't know if you shop on Amazon. I shop there almost every day, but it's a funnel that I go through before I actually buy a product on Amazon, even though it's so easy to buy. It's a funnel. Okay. So if we want to turn lookers, followers, subscribers into customers, we have to lead them through the funnel. And I'm going to talk about the funnel. And we can't skip any of the steps. It's a 4-step funnel. Once they're at the end of the funnel, then we start building lasting relationships. And through these relationships, customer through likes and comments and things like that, because followers and likes and comments don't bring money to the bank. But building relationships will, because they'll turn your customers into loyal ambassadors and they'll tell others about you. So feel free to take a screenshot because this is important for how we turn lookers into bookers through this funnel. Okay, so let's talk about the 4-step customer journey as we are trying to use these tools to enhance our customer experience. So the first step, people have to become aware of us. And this is through the tools that we're going to be talking about today, the digital tools. Are they going to find you? Where are you? Are you on social media? Or do you have your website? Because people find you there. Google helps with that. Are you doing videos? Are you doing email? People have to discover you. And then secondly, the 4-step journey, people have to be interested in your content. That's why we cannot just sell, or promote. We don't want to go on social media and put our product and promote and sell and promote. Of course, there is a time to do that, and we're going to talk about that. But you need to give value, be significant, as in the words of Oprah. Give value, entertain people, give information, give tips from your industry. And then the third step, now people start making decisions and you send them to the next step. And the next step is driving them to your website, because that's where you're really going to get your customer base coming to you. They find out about you. They discover you through a tool, maybe like social media. They are interested in your content. Now they're making decisions and they're going to your website. That's just, social media drives traffic to the website. The website is where you get your customers. And then the last step, which is a good step that we like, is the action step. That's when they purchase. But they have to go through this 4 step. And it works like that. I noticed that with myself on Amazon. Same thing. I look for a product. They have lots of people selling that product. What makes me pick the one that I pick? Then the content, it tells me what it does. Maybe it's a video there. I watch that video. That works. But we have to go through, this is the journey. So how does the funnel work? So you got to get discovered. And today we're going to talk about picking a tool. You don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to be on every social site, but you have to be discovered. It's 4.7 billion people online. Online is here to stay. It's not an option for us as entrepreneurs and small business owners, and we can't be inconsistent. We can't be 1 week on, 1 week off. We cannot. You must create consistent content. That is so important. I'm going to give you some content ideas on this training. You must move them from your social to your website, because likes and comments are fine, they're fun, but you got to move people to that website, because that's where they're going to see everything about you and your business and fall in love with it. And then you have to offer a transformation and they pay for it. People don't necessarily pay for information. They will, but they will really pay for transformation. So I can give a lot of information, but when I do a transformation and take somebody's challenges and struggles and end them, they will pay for that. We do that. We pay for transformation, right? We pay for that. So let's talk about today the 6 effective digital tools for 2021. So what I want to touch on, just a few minutes for each, save your Q&A because we're going to answer those. I want to give you 6 tools, and feel free, don't forget you can do your screenshots. We're going to talk about the website. That's a great tool for enhancing customer experience, social media, email marketing, video, blogging, and podcasts. Now, you don't have to do all of these. If you have a small team of 2 or 3 or 4, then yes, you can. But if you're by yourself, you don't have to do all of these. But we are going to talk about adding some of them to enhance your customer experience. So let's talk about tool 1, your website. And I always tell people, sometimes we make our website, we get it up there, we don't pay any attention for a long, long time, but it's your most valuable marketing tool, and you should check your website out every few months, whether it's 2 or 3 months. Go to your website as if you are a client coming there, and you want to look at it in an objective manner. Okay, your homepage should show. I design websites for small business owners, and I'm always looking at, and I do assessments, and so I'm always looking at, okay, your homepage, which is so important. What do you do for your clients? It's about them, it's not about you. So on the homepage, when people click in their www, your domain, what pops up? It's not about Marsha Lynn Hudson. I've been a professor for these many years. I teach here. I'm a photographer. It's not about me. That's somewhere, but it's not on the homepage. On the homepage, it's a statement of what I can do for you. I help this. We offer this. On the home, it's never about me. It's always about them. Why shouldn't that be the first thing they see? I was working with a gym, a guy who owns a gym. I said, on your homepage, you just have pictures of people working at the gym. You don't have how you're going to help me lose weight, how you're going to help me flatten my stomach. People want to know, okay? You drive traffic from the other tools to your website. You want to diversify your about page. Sometimes I will go to an about page, and it's like, there's a picture and then all of this information, when we started, where we started. It needs to be diversified. Why can't it have 2 or 3 pictures of you? Why can't it have a picture of you with showing one of your hobbies? People do business with people, not businesses. Why can't it show you in 2 or 3 pictures, show you in a variety of ways? Why can't it tell some of your hobbies, some of the things you like, instead of just your accolades or your business? That page, 85% of people click on your about page. And if you have your Google Analytics on your website, you will see that. I check my analytics. I'm like, wow, it's so many people going to my about page. I went in and changed it. I was like, it's so many people going to my about page. I went in and put a picture of me reading at Starbucks. I love to do that. I went in and put a picture of me out walking. I love to do that. I went in and put a picture of me studying. I love to do, and I put information about me and my business and my accolades, but I also put pictures about the things I like to do, walking. 85% of people going to the page. So why wouldn't I do that? You can add a short video, letting people know how you serve them. It could be a 2 or 3 minute video. It could be on your homepage or your about page. People do business with people. And I want you to remember that. We got to show them our human side. On your contact page, make sure you have your email on there, not just the message box. Sometimes people don't want to leave a message. So you have the message box on there, and you have your email on there, your social links, and an image. And also on your contact page, because they may not be ready to contact you yet. They may not be ready to fill in that box. It takes people several times to encounter you sometimes before they become a customer. And then you might have a lead magnet or an opt-in on your contact page where you give away a PDF or something to get email. So the website is your most valuable marketing tool. I could do a whole webinar on it, but we don't have time for that today. So number 2, social media. I keep telling people you don't have to be everywhere to grow your brand. And I've learned that in clients I've encountered over this year or so that I've been training. And they're like, oh, I got a Facebook page, I got a LinkedIn page, I got this page. I'm like, are you active on it? Well, no, and that's okay. You don't have to be on all of those pages, but you need to know why you're on some of those pages. And I always tell people pick 1 or 2. I have a client, she's only on Instagram and rocking it. overnight. She's built up to 9,000 followers. She's getting business like every week. People are ordering, people are putting one site. She's like, oh, Marsha, I don't want to be on all those sites. I said, okay, well, pick one that you like, and we're going to teach you how to go all in. She picked Instagram, and she is rocking it. And so, you know, you can pick one or two sites and go all in and get business from that site. Create content that engages people. You don't have to be online every day. People are like, oh, I thought I'm posting 2 or 3 times a day, every day. You can show up 2 to 3 days a week, give value, engage, and grow your business. And I know from experience, you don't need thousands of followers to make money, okay? Because followers, you can have 10,000 followers, but nobody's buying anything. You can have 100 good followers who are versus that. So it's about quality over quantity. It used to be, oh, you have to post to Instagram 4 times a day. Oh, you have to post to Twitter 6 times a day. Who has that kind of time? It's about quality over quantity. You want to give value first, and don't take the social out of social media. It's not about just promoting our business jargon. It's not business media. It's called social media. And when you connect with people on other areas of their lives besides the business aspect, you gain clients. So what kind of content can you put on your social media or your email or your blog or video? And so these are the 6 buckets. I've done the research, and these are the 6 buckets of content. You can feel free to take a screenshot that you can use to post. So you can tell people about your why, be human and authentic. So you might say, okay, on Wednesdays, that's going to be my why day, where I'm going to post the passion that I love about my business, or how I started my business, or even ask a question of what are you doing in business. So this is one bucket that you can get your content from. Let's say you're going to post 3 days a week. One day you may say, well, okay, I'm going to do Motivational Monday. And you can post a quote or motivational saying, and in your content, talk about what that saying means to you. Or you may say, okay, I'm going to do something light on a Friday. I'm going to do it behind the scenes. Maybe you're a real estate professional. You're getting ready to go meet a client to get ready to talk about selling a house. Take a picture, show it behind the scenes, talk about it, let people know. Now this is a great bucket: educate, inform, and teach. And you may say, well, okay, on Thursdays, I'm going to do educational posts. And mainly I use this bucket. I use the first one because people love to know what I'm doing. And I use the education. I give a lot of tips and tools and advice on my Instagram and my Facebook and my LinkedIn. I do a lot of informing and teaching because that's just the brand, that's the voice I want. Sometimes I do the behind the scenes. I may take a picture. So if I'm out studying or reading, have my coffee mug on, take a picture, talk about this busy entrepreneur is taking a break. Using video, doing videos, short videos on your cell phone and uploading them to your site. You might say, okay, well, Wednesday will be my short video day. You can be entertaining. You can do something fun. And let them know about your products and services without a hard sell. So I put this as the last bucket because you want to post from the other buckets 80% of the time. So it's an 80-20 rule where you post value, information, you let people get to know you, you educate them from your industry, you motivate them. Sometimes people are having a hard time or they had a hard weekend and they see your motivational Monday tip and you help them to keep going. And then, of course, you're in business. You need to make money so you can also promote your products and services without a hard sell. People are more apt or more inclined to purchase something from you or go to your website after you've given them so much value. Okay. So here are 3 parts to a good post, whether you're posting to Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Twitter. This is all you need. You want to post an image or a video, valuable content, and hashtag. Okay. Now that's a whole nother website, a webinar hashtag, but I do have a free hashtag guide on my site. So whenever you post, always add an image or video content. Don't let your content be too short. The algorithms, which are the machines for social media, they like content. Okay. And it's like the algorithms or the machines can tell when you just kind of woke up and threw something together. Okay. That's why you have to plan ahead, because then the algorithms will say this content is not valuable. We're not going to let a lot of people see. And when people are on your Instagram page, the algorithm likes for people to stay and scroll. So if they're reading content, they're staying on your page, the algorithms let more people see. For example, if I put a post on how to build your brand in 30 minutes, 3 days a week, and I put number one and I wrote the content, it could be a sentence, or number two, and I wrote the content, number three, I wrote the content. That's long form content. People are staying because they're reading versus one sentence. It's Friday, have a great day, or here's my product. No, the algorithms like valuable content because the algorithms are trying to decide, because there's so many people online, who to let see your content, and they're only going to let them see if it's valuable. And then of course your hashtags. All right, so here are the best times and days for posting. If you want to enhance your customer experience, you want to show up when they're more than likely online. And of course, you can take a screenshot here, but these are the recommended times. Of course, people are online all of the time, but according to research, these are the recommended times. Now, if you don't want to post to Facebook one day at one time, post to Instagram, post to LinkedIn, or you're doing all three of those, then pick 2 or 3 days that are prevalent for those, and a range of time. For me, I might post to my Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Well, I post every day because that's my business. You don't have to post every day. I might post between 10 and 1. So I'm going to do all three when I sit down to post, because you just don't have time to do this at 11, do this at 12. So it may be 12. And I'm going to show up on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn and do my post at 12 those certain days. So these are the best times and days for posting if you want to enhance your customer experience. So that's social media. 2, 3, email marketing. That is your best friend. You own your email. You do not own social media. It could go down. You know that. You could be banned, but you own your email. It's your best friend. And I did some research and I found that every person on your list is worth at least $15 if you're sending emails out correctly. I know people are like, oh, I get so many emails, I don't read them or I delete them. Well, be the person that people can't wait to get your email. And it's not that people don't like email, it's just that they don't like bad ones or ones that's just selling, selling, selling. Every time they get an email, it's like, oh, they're just going to try to sell me something. Give value first before making a sale. That is so important. And so, what if you send an email out and you gave some tips from your industry? What if you're a designer and you talked about the best colors for summer? What if you are beauty industry and you talked about ways to protect your skin in your email, and you put a picture, you gave value, and then at the end of the email, you said, oh, be sure and follow us on our Instagram page or whatever, or be sure and purchase our new book that just came out. Every person on your list is worth at least $15 if you do it correctly. And I always tell people, get an email provider, whether you use Constant Contact or MailChimp or ConvertKit. Those are the 3 top ones. I like them. They're easy to get. They're not expensive. And the email provider is going to let you know who opened, who didn't open, who subscribed, who unsubscribed, just different things, what your analytics are. So you can craft your emails with subject lines that people will open. And that's the biggest thing. Subject lines, that's what make people open your email. So you want to get really good at creating great subject lines. And I tell people, look at the emails that you get and look at the subject lines that cause you to click. Okay. So you want to be great at that. And I have a slide on a few ideas for subject lines. It doesn't have to be long. Deliver good content. You might say, well, I'm too busy for email. That means you're too busy to make money, because email is going to help you more so than social media. You can do an email twice a month. If you can do once a week, that's great. But if you're too busy for once a week, at least twice a month. Why? Why should you do that? Because you stay on top of mind. you build relationships, you can promote your products and service, you increase your revenue. I could be going along my day and all of a sudden I'm thinking, okay, what am I gonna fix for dinner? And all of a sudden I get an email from Luby's. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I could go to pick up something at Luby's. It works. Or I could be going on about my day and all of a sudden I get an email from Sephora. And I'm like, oh yeah, I need to go get some makeup. It works. Email works. You pop in and you stay on top of mind of your subscribers. So that's why you want to build your list. Some people tell me, well, Marsha, I don't have any people. Well, you can grow a list from ground zero. And I have talked about that quite a bit in my training. So you can gather emails from your other mail, from your Gmail, from your past clients, get family and friends, and start with a good list of 25 to 50. Put that list together and start your email campaign. If you do your email campaign correctly without just selling, giving value, you're going to grow from ground zero. All of this enhances your customer experience. People don't want to just see, oh, these are my products and services. They want an experience from you. They want value. They want their problem solved. This is the experience that people want to become customers. Do not buy emails, okay? Do not buy email lists. That's a whole nother subject. Just take my word for it. All I do is research. I get paid to do research. Do not buy emails. Grow your list. So you can grow your list with an opt-in, and you guys have seen those before. Some people call it a giveaway, a freebie, an opt-in. And that's something that's on your site or something that's on your landing page that you give away. People can download it and you get their email and they've opted in now. Now they're saying, okay, thank you for this download. Thank you for this value. It doesn't have to be long. It just needs to be valuable. And now they've given you their email. So once they've given you their email, you want to nurture them the right way when you send an email. And if you're sending value and tips, they're not going to unsubscribe because they want that. And then when you promote a product and service, they're more inclined to buy it. So how do you create an opt-in, or what should it be? Because people are like, okay, Marsha, what kind of opt-in or freebie or PDF should I make and put on my site so people can give me their email? This is how you create it. You ask yourself, what can I create and give away that people will give me their email for? And I'm sure you've given yours for a free. What can I create in my industry that people will give me their email for? I made a hashtag guide and put it on my website, free hashtag guide. So many people give me their email for that. Why? They want to know about hashtags. If you're in a different industry, think about it. What is it that you can give away? A PDF, just some kind of toolkit that's valuable and people will give you their email for. So here are 3 really good freebies or opt-ins. Just make it a quick win. It needs to solve one problem. And I told my beauty client when she goes, okay, well, what kind of lead magnet should I make? I said, what is it that your clients have problems with and ask you about all the time? Well, discoloration, acne. I was like, that's your opt-in. And so we came up with 7 steps to getting rid of acne. Now, can you imagine people who are having a problem with acne for a while, giving their email for that? And then it's just 7 steps. And can you imagine if they're simple, everyday steps that work? And they're like, wow, I can't believe this was free. I can't wait to see what's behind the paid door. You see? So a lead magnet gets that lead in. If it's valuable, if it solves a quick win, then they can't wait to purchase your video or purchase your course or something, or purchase your product. Another good opt-in, a toolkit for finding content. Wow. And I thought of these because I was working with a consultant. And she goes, okay, so then what should I use? I said, well, what do your people ask you about? They want to know about the information for how, with how they can get back in school after they've been out a while, and what do they need to do if they're going back and changing their, changing fields or things like that. I said, okay, that's your opt-in. So we came up with a toolkit for finding content. And then in the PDF, when they downloaded, she had all of these links to answers for those problems for going back to school, changing your major, going back after a while. And then thirdly, a video series on how to. It's so easy to make 2 or 3 short videos, 2 or 3 minutes, and let people download that on how to do something from your industry. People love videos and they love how to and information. These are just 3 examples of lead magnets or opt-ins that you can give away and get email. And they're not long, they're not difficult. You can make a lead magnet in Canva. Okay, so the video series can be 2 to 3 short little videos. So how do you create subject lines that people will opt in for or people will open your email? So, and you can take a screenshot, make a statement. Your subject line can make a statement. Here's how to make it better. Think about what will make people click. Your subject line can be a list or a number, 8 amazing tips to something. Your subject line can create curiosity. I used to do, and then people click it and they see what you used to do in your business and what you're doing now. A 1 word opener, it works. Go through your emails. I love to do that you have and see who has good subject lines, model it and think of good subject lines. That's what will get people to open it. So 2 4 is video. People love videos and the algorithms will let more people see. And I know people like Marsha, I don't like being on video. I don't like having my face on video. It's too much work. It's just a lot. It really is, and not today. I started in social media in 2015, and man, things changed. It used to be a lot. You had to get expensive equipment. It was just so much, but it is not like that anymore. People follow brands because of videos. Studies show that more people will make a purchase after watching a video. You can make a 2 to 3 minute video, and I did a webinar yesterday, as a matter of fact, on how to use video in your social media. 2 to 3 minute video with your phone and add it to your social media once a week will boost your customer experience and grow your business. And you might say, well, Marsha, well, what do I put in a 2 to 3 minute video? And I, as a photographer, I like to tell people, easy, simple. Get your phone, stand in front of a window or a door or light, let the light come in your face. In your 2 to 3 minute video, introduce yourself, what you can do for them, give a little value, and at the end, give your call to action. You can send them where you want them to go and upload it to your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Twitter. It is wonderful, it's quick, and it will boost your following, everything. Videos work. With just a 2 to 3 minute video on your phone, in your sitting at your table, on your sofa, it just needs to give value. Let's say your video day is 1 day a week. It just takes a few minutes. So this is what I call short form video. And you can take a picture, of course, with your screen phone. Short form video is one of the hottest trends today. And you can really build a brand with video. So you can make them with your phone. These phones are great. They only have to be 2 to 3 minutes. They do not need to be long. Longer videos, you want to save those for YouTube. But short ones, social media. You can have a 3-part script, like I talked about. Introduction, give a few tips, and a call to action. Where do you want them to go? Be sure and visit our website. Be sure and check out our new book, our new summer product. They work. And it's only 2 to 3 minutes, 1 day a week. And you can easily upload them to all platforms. And so if you're afraid of being in front of the camera, it's time to get over that, because I get it. I had to do it myself. It's like, I don't want to be in front of the camera. I got to get these videos. I'm teaching people to do it. I need to do it myself. I just had to get over it. So it gets better as you continue to do it. And people pretty much just look forward to your great videos with value. They're not so concerned about how you're looking or whatever. And so here's the process for a short form video. And I always tell people, keep it simple, because when things are hard and complicated and overwhelming, we don't do it. So you can sit in a comfortable place, make sure light is coming into your face, have your opening, give your value, and with your call to action, and always act like you're talking to that one client that you want for your business. It doesn't have to be, oh my gosh, I'm going on videos, a lot of people. Pretend you're talking to your one client. K-25 blogging. So blogs position you as an industry leader. And people will say, well, Marsha, you're a writer. I'm not a writer. You don't have to be a writer to be a blogger. You can just get information from your industry, put it in an article, put it on your website. If you don't want to do that, hire someone from Fiverr. I'm a blogger, but sometimes I hire somebody from Fiverr to blog for me because I'm so busy. I do outsource. And I might tell the person, okay, this is the topic, this is what I want in the blog. And then they do the research and then send me the link, make sure it's not plagiarized. And then I can just add that blog to my website. And it shouldn't even cost you more than $20, $25 to hire someone to do a blog. You may do it once a month, but you may decide, okay, I can do this myself if you don't want to hire someone. But blogging is huge for your business. Google loves blogs, so Google will push you out. You can add a blog to your website. It doesn't have to be long. I keep stressing that. People think, oh, all my email has to be long. This has to be, no, it just needs to be valuable. It needs to be that people want value. They want knowledge. They want to end their struggles. They want, how can you help me? So blogging is a great tool for enhancing your customer experience. And you might think, well, I may add blogging to my marketing bag. That's a great idea because you can blog once a month or twice a month and do a lot for your business. And tool 6, all right, we're getting to the end. Podcast, this has become one of my favorites. And I started podcasting. It's becoming increasingly popular. I can be on a treadmill and I'm not listening to regular music anymore. I'm listening to podcasts because as business owners, we want knowledge and we can get so much knowledge from listening to a 30-minute podcast. People listen to them in their car, on the treadmill, at home, while on the computer. I can be on my computer doing some work and I have a podcast on. And while I'm doing the work, I'm learning about YouTube or learning about Instagram or learning about social media or learning about digital tools, learning through a podcast while I'm actually working. I look at it as like a weekly radio show. If you did a podcast once a week or maybe every other week, you can definitely drive traffic to your website with a podcast, okay? And for me, I got started with just a $40 mic, podcast mic from Amazon, and I use Anchor.fm, and it's free. And it's so easy to get started. And then when you want to take it to a next level, have guests and all of that, then once you've done it for maybe a few times, you may want to look into other options of enhancing and adding more things for your podcast. Some people have not just podcasts where they talk, they have where you can see them on their podcast. They have guests. So when you want to take it to a new level, at least this is a place to start, get your feet wet and see how you like it. And then you can link it to your social sites, put a link, put it in your Instagram bio or your website to let people know. All of these are tools to enhance your customer experience. I can't stress enough that these tools are so powerful, but we have to know how to use these tools, what tools to use, how to be consistent with these tools, because it's more than just about me promoting my products and services for customer experience. It's about the whole experience. So what tool can you add on a consistent basis to grow your business and enhance customer experience? I've given you a lot today. I've given you a lot of tools. I've given you content information. I've given you the buckets of content. I've talked about email, different things. You don't have to use them all. You don't have to. You may say, after this training, I've just been motivated to get started with two of those tools or adding one extra tool besides social media, because you definitely need another tool besides social media because you want more than just likes and followers. And you might decide, I'm going to pick one of those tools, learn a little bit more about it, watch a YouTube video on it because you can learn everything on YouTube. And I'm going to get started with growing my business and enhancing my customer experience because it actually works. So are you going to say, I'm going to do this one day or day one? It's your choice. So, time goes so fast. I can't believe we're halfway through 2021. Can you imagine if you thought in January, it's January, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And now it's months later and you still hadn't done it. We can't just say, I'm going to do it one day. I'm going to start next month. Life happens. It's too much. It's summer. Oh, we're going on vacation. Oh, it's this. And then time goes by. If you want to grow your business and enhance your customer experience, it must be now. And it must be consistent. And it can't be well one day because it just goes so fast. Time goes so fast. And then you realize, wow, every day that you let go by, you're letting business go by. You're letting money sit on the table. And so I tell people, whenever you want to get started with something, don't take more than 48 hours because it just gets away. Don't, if people are like, I need to update my Facebook page, I need to update my LinkedIn page. That's like my clients, I tell my clients, don't take more than 48 hours to update your LinkedIn page and your social media page. It just doesn't take that long. So here are the tools for the busy solopreneur, small business owner, side hustler. Let's say you're like, okay, Marsha, how can I get this posting done for my social media if I'm working all day? Well, you can use scheduling tools. Whereas if you're home at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. and you're settling down and you have your tea or whatever, schedule your social media. Social media is not an option. I mean, it has grown my business tremendously. It is not an option if you're a small business owner, entrepreneur. It's just not. And it can't be, I don't know what to do, or I'm too busy. Hire a student to help you. But you can use these tools. Facebook Creator Studio is free and you can check it out on Google. You can post free to your Instagram and your Facebook. And you can post, you can do it at night, put your image up, your content, and tell Facebook, send this out tomorrow at 11. Later, I really like Later. You can check it out on Google. Later.com is free. And you can post to Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all of those free. And Twitter, free. And you can put your image, your content, your hashtag, and tell Later, send this tomorrow at 1 p.m. And so even if you are busy, you can do it on a Saturday or a Sunday. I mean, if you're working during the week and schedule and show up. Now, buffer is about $15 a month because if you're doing LinkedIn, you can't schedule from Facebook or Later right now with LinkedIn, but you can do them all with buffer. Okay. I do like Hootsuite. It's a little bit more, but I want to put affordable ones up here. Facebook Creator Studio is free. Later is free. Buffer is $15 a month if you're doing LinkedIn. And then you don't want to just post the same thing to all three. People ask me that all the time. Can I just post the same thing? No, you don't want to do that all of the time. Sometimes, but not all of the time. Then the algorithm see it as, okay, it's just the same content. What if you have the same followers on Facebook and Instagram and you're like, oh, I could just post on Facebook and Instagram. And then they see the same thing. Then they're going to stop going to one of them because they know you're going to post the same thing. So you can change up the picture or change up the words or change up the hashtag, a little change. And then Canva is free. I love Canva. And that is, you can make your post on Canva and upload it to Facebook, make a post, upload it to Instagram. So I'm sure you may be familiar with Canva. If not, check it out. There is a free version. I use the paid version because I use Canva every day and it is great. So check those out. So here, and you can do a screenshot, a little bit more information on those scheduling tools. And the ones that you can schedule with Facebook, the ones you can schedule with Later, Buffer. You can add images, content, hashtag. You can schedule lots of posts for months. If you're going to be gone for a month, you can do it all. It's easy, it's fast, and affordable. And that's what I really like. All right, so here's Canva. That's a tool you should definitely have in your bag. You don't have to be a designer. You can create graphics in minutes. You can use their templates. You don't need technical skills. Go there and watch a video. Go there and see. You can create a post for Facebook, use their templates. You can create a post for Instagram. You can do your YouTube, so much more. And there is a free version. So lastly, here is my 2-2-20-3-3-30 strategy. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is a lot, this is too much, what do I do, Marsha? So here is a strategy to scale you from having to be online all the time. Pick 2 to 3 social channels. Okay, you don't need to hop on everything new. I'm not on TikTok because Instagram Reels does the same thing. Pick two. If you have two people working with you, pick three. Maybe you do post Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. That's great. So you don't have to be everywhere. Show up Monday through Friday. I mean, you can be off on the weekends. I mainly don't post Saturdays and Sundays. Sometimes I might, but you don't have to. 2 to 3 days a week. That's it. Keep your life, show up, and still enhance your customer experience. The best times between 10 to 2. You can use the auto schedule like we talked about. And don't forget, don't just post. You want to engage with your followers. Like some of their posts, comment, share. Okay, the algorithms like that. Respond to comment. The algorithms will let more people see if you not only post, but engage through likes and comments and things like that. And bonus, yay! I was going to talk about networking booth. Networking is great. I finally went to one this week. After a whole year, I went to one in person. And I'm going to do a webinar on networking in person after the pandemic. And it felt good, but we can not only network in person, but we can also network online through Facebook and LinkedIn groups. I really like Facebook groups. Now, I wouldn't join more than 2 or 3 because you need to be active in the group. So don't join 15 groups and you're never active. You want to join where your ideal client might be. Okay, look for a group that's active. Look to see what's being posted. Participate in the group at least once a week. You don't have to do it every day. Post valuable information. Give tips or tools or a motivational saying. Post that in the group. Don't just sell. And so you can just do that once a week in a Facebook group, your 2 groups. I have a group day where I just pull up my groups, post to my groups, pull up and participate and answer some questions in my groups or a comment on what other people saying. This is a great way to get people to find you, get them to get familiar with you. It's a great networking tool. Facebook groups are wonderful. Be significant, give value in the group. It's a great way to introduce people to you and your services. Answer questions in the group. Lots of people ask questions in Facebook groups, and that's another great place to get content. Answer questions, be the significant person in the group. So success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. That's why I say 2 to 3 days a week. We can all do that. 20 minutes a day, too, that we can all show up with these digital tools and grow our business and enhance our customer experience. It's not what we do occasionally. If I want to lose weight, I can't eat right or go to the gym once a month. No, I need to do something every week. It comes from what you do consistently. It doesn't have to take all day. You just need to put a little bit of time into the time that you do. So I want to thank you guys so much. I hope you have some great questions for us to answer. I want to thank you guys so much for coming today and staying to the end. We're having a boot camp next week, 3 days. So put that on your schedule. I can't wait. And you can connect with me anywhere. And like I told you at the end, you can go to my website. Don't go now. Go after the Q&A to MarshaLynnHudson.com. And you can I put a free strategy workbook up there for you. It is wonderful. You can print it out. It's a hashtag guide. When you click on resources, you can get. And if you're like, okay, I need to start blogging, it's 8 steps to starting a blog. So I'm excited. Go there and get those freebies and use those tools so you can enhance your customer experience and grow your business. So we are ready for Q&A.
Marsha, this was powerful. I want to thank you for an amazing presentation, an amazing webinar. And what I'm seeing in the chats is that we do have some comments that came in. I know that there was a question about adding a blog. There was a concern about adding a blog if it slows down the performance of the website. I wonder if you could answer that question for us.
Okay, that's a great question. The way it should not slow down the performance of your website. You got to make sure that whoever is developing it, when they add it, it's done correctly. Now, most websites even have a blog section with it, so it doesn't. You don't want to make your pictures or your images too large, because if you make your images too large, it will do that. So use images that are the right dimension for your blog. And sometimes you can just do a blog separately and link it to your website, but it doesn't slow down the performance because you want to use the right size pictures. You want to make sure it's set up correctly on the back end because Google loves new content and will push you out. So yes, add that blog, just make sure you have the right dimensions for it.
Great. Thank you so much for that response. And then, you had some very powerful quotes, some very powerful nuggets of information. One of the things I like, if you're too busy for email marketing, you're too busy to make money. Can you expound on, why we have to start putting more effort into those things that work, like email marketing?
Yes, for sure. We like social media. We like to sit on there and look at the pictures and like and come and watch videos, and that's nice. But the reason why we really need to really get into email marketing is because number one, we own our email, whereas we do not own social media. And then when we post to social media, it just goes down, 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 down. And then sometimes it gets lost. People don't see it the day later. But when we send an email, it's in the inbox. And because of email marketing, now we can do much more than what we can do on social media. Number one, we stay on top of mind. Number two is you can promote your services and products a little bit more in email, whereas the algorithms for social media, they don't really like so much posting. You can send people to your website through email, but just let's say when I say it's $15, it's worth $15 a person. Let's say, for instance, you send an email. Okay, I sent an email today, as a matter of fact. Let's say I sent an email, and in the email, I gave some tips because I always give value. I started with something that people can connect with. I showed them the human side of me. I'm like, have you fallen off your routine? I get it. I fall off it sometimes too. So now you can connect with something like people like, oh yeah. And now they're continuing to read. And then at the end of the email, I might say, oh, I'm giving a webinar. Be sure and click this button to join. Or I might say, be sure and check out my new journal, Train Your Mind for Success. Somebody clicks it, goes to Amazon and buys it. Or I might say, I just created a course. I have a free course. Somebody clicks it, takes the course, I get their email. Email marketing does so much. You can get emails, and then you can email people. You can promote a product. Then you can let people know what you're doing. I'm giving a Zoom meeting Saturday. Let's say you're in a certain industry and you put in your email, I'm giving a Zoom meeting Saturday at 12 noon. All the questions that you have about design or whatever, I can answer. So it's so important to do email. If you can't do it once a week, at least twice a month, because you stay on top of mind. You can promote your products and services. Almost always when I send an email, I get someone to either buy something or call me or something. Everybody is worth at least $15 on your email list because you're active, you're consistent, you're giving information, and it stays in their inbox, especially if you have a great subject line. They open it and now they're engaging with you.
I love it. I love it. I'm glad you shared that. I want to go back to the question that you answered prior to that about the blog. And we just got a response back saying, thanks for clarifying, Marsha. I will definitely work on adding that blog. So you actually helped change the trajectory for someone today. So I definitely appreciate that. Another question I have, and then we're going to let you go. I know you are very busy, but
I like Q&A.
You also said something that just really hit home. You said it's not called business media, it's called social media. So, just kind of, just punch it home one more time on why people need to be a little bit more, how they need to share more about their business and around their business in order to attract customers.
For sure. Yes, it is. I tell people all the time, it used to be, and it's changed. It's been years I've been on social media where you would go on social media and you want to promote your business. You want to let people know about it. You want to let them know what products you sell because you want customers to buy. And I get that because you're in business. Well, social media has changed now, and it's not so much business media. It is social media, and that's why I gave those 6 buckets of content. People want to do business with people, not so much businesses. Even the business is comprised of the people. Can you imagine if you call a business and I don't know, you need a pest control, somebody to come out, and you go to look for them online, you can't find their website. That's a no right there. You can't, or you call, you can't hardly get them, or they're not connecting with you in a certain way. But can you imagine if you call or you go to the website and you see, this is what we can do for your house, you're not going to see bugs, this is what we do, and you call and you get a friendly voice and they're like, oh yes ma'am, we can come out Tuesday, what problem you're having. It's just so much more. I was like, okay, let me call these people. What makes people hire somebody? Let's say it's 3 companies that you need, and because some people do go by price, but let's say all 3 are the same price. What makes you call that one? All 3 of them are the same price. They're all 3 the same price. They're all 3 in the same area. It's going to be a deciding factor. You're going to go to their website. You're going to engage with them. It's a deciding factor that you use to call that one person. So social media, what about when we post about why we love our business? What about when we show the human side of our struggles? We have struggles. We're not just perfect. What if I post, sometimes I post about how I'm trying to be motivated to find new content. I'm trying to be creative. And then I talk about ways to be creative. People connect with me. I post about going walking. And believe it or not, people will message me on LinkedIn and say, are you out walking? I mean, people get to know you as not just a business owner, but a person that you are, a human. Can you imagine when you post motivational sayings or inspirational sayings and you're showing people, hey, you can keep going, you can keep moving. And can you imagine behind the scenes where people are like, wow, I had that problem too. And so people connect with us when we show our human side, not just our business side. Social media is a great tool to get people through that funnel. They get to know you. They get to like, the know, like, and trust factor. They get to know you. I like this person. They get to like you. They get to trust you because you show up consistently, and now they hire you. Versus, it's so many realtors. What makes me hire that one? I had to get to know them. I had to like them. I had to trust them. That's the person I want. That's how it works. We have to be more of thinking in the terms of giving value, being significant, solving problems, solving challenges before the hard sell, before we come out. So don't take the social out of social media, because social and storytelling builds brands. It's just like movies. We love movies. And movies are stories, and they will give us information about the movie for months before it comes out. I can't wait till, I think it's next week. Fast and Furious comes out next week. I've been waiting for a year, and they've been sending the stories and showing the stuff. I was like, oh, such and such in there. It works. It works. That's how you want to do your social media.
I love it. I love it. And then the absolute last question, there's a ton of things that have come in, but this last question, your thoughts. What are your thoughts on keeping your personal and business social media pages separate?
Oh, yes. People ask me that all the time. So, well, I just decide what channel I should do that on. For instance, what we know about Facebook, you have to have a personal page before you can create a business page. So the people who are on my personal Facebook page, they're not really my customers. They're my family and friends. So whatever. They're not gonna say, oh, Marsha, I need this. Sometimes they may say I need a headshot, blah, blah, blah. But I don't really invite them to my business page. They can come if they like. Now, let's say you have people on your personal page and you want to let them know about your new Facebook business page. You've updated it, then invite them. You can go to your personal page and invite those people to your business page. So I guess it's just a matter of personal preference. I like to show up on my personal page differently from my business page because my audiences are different. So I don't really move them to my business page. They know they can. So I keep those separate because I'm going to put on my Facebook personal page. Sometimes I might talk about how, you know, we went out to eat, but I'm not gonna really put that on my business page. I might put sometimes how I'm out and about. So it's just your preference of if you can actually navigate those. Now, so yes, for Facebook, different. LinkedIn, I don't do, I have one page and I brand myself on LinkedIn because I can't do personal, I can't do business. So it's how much you can do. Instagram, I have one business page. So you can show that on that page. So that's what, you know, I do.
Oh, Marsha, this has been an amazing event. I'm so glad that you delivered this content to us today. We're so excited to have you back next week at the Wells Fargo R3 Boot Camp, Retool, Recover, Restore. I put the link to register in the chat section, and we'll also make sure to get that information out to our registrants and attendees as well. Marsha, again, I want to thank you. I want to thank our registrants and our attendees, and I want to wish you all an amazing, happy, and safe Juneteenth weekend. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to USBC's Juneteenth event tomorrow. So you have Marsha's information. Make sure that you reach out to her. Make sure that you call her and email her for any questions that you might have. I want to thank you all. You all have a great, great day. Thank you all.